Thank you so much for joining us today on Connect and Collaborate, where we come together each day to introduce you to our network of business and community leaders and to discuss the important issues that impact business in Colorado and the region. I'm Tammy Schaefer, your on-air producer, and today we're connecting with Alex Beim, Director of Business Development for the World Trade Center Denver. Alex, it's so great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So we have a lot to discuss. The World Trade Center Denver is going through a lot of change, a lot of improvements, and always a lot of activities for its members.
That is right. That is right. So an exciting future for the World Trade Center Denver in Denver and the Colorado region. And I wanted to first start off with just explaining a little bit about what the World Trade Center Denver and the World Trade Center is. As many people perhaps believe that the World Trade Center is only a location in New York, we are not. We are a nonprofit trade association, the largest in the world, and we have 330 locations around the globe. In most major cities in the United States, there is a World Trade Center, and in many locations throughout the world, throughout Europe, Africa, Middle East, Asia, anywhere you can point at in the globe, there's going to be a World Trade Center near your finger. But they are all connected, so when you're a member with the World Trade Center Denver, you're granted access to our network of 330 World Trade Centers. And not all World Trade Centers are the same in terms of their services. Some are buildings.
Okay.
Some are conference halls where you can host a conference or perhaps utilize it as a meeting spot. If you're going to travel, let's just say, for example, to Dubai, we can help you in the business matchmaking process and networking to at least put some potential business investors or individuals that would be interested in working with you. And we can utilize the conference center as a meeting place, for example. Or we have a suite of services. Many World Trade Centers around the world have a suite of services.
To help accommodate those business transactions throughout the world, right?
Absolutely. So it's all about educating the people on global trade and assisting in the process of aligning with best practices. And among those as well, the services is networking. So our most valuable asset is our network, which here in Colorado, we're around 6,000 strong that are in our network.
Wow.
And our member base is around 300 right now. And we are absolutely working diligently at increasing the membership. And a big part of that is actually just letting people know who we are, where we are, because there are a fair amount of individuals and businesses that do not know the World Trade Center Denver exists.
Exactly.
And what we do. So as the Director of Business Development, this is one of my main goals, is to spread the mission and understand how we can better serve our community to expand global trade in and out of Colorado.
And can I ask you to clarify, this isn't necessarily, you don't have to be a huge business to be a member of the World Trade Center Denver. If you're going to maybe do business or figure out how to expand overseas, this is a membership you want to
Absolutely. So we have a whole spectrum of membership levels. We have students that utilize our services.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. And individuals, you don't have to be in college. You have the lowest really entry rate in terms of member costs for students, and they have the most advantage too. So around 50% off of our educational courses, which I can touch on here in a bit. But at different levels and where you're at in terms of business development, if you're starting out or if you've been in business for a while, you've been conducting domestic business at about 100%, and you wish to go perhaps into a new market. Let's put this into perspective. 95% of the rest of the world's population lies outside of the United States. So you really want to take a look in the global markets and how you can expand your products and services into the global market. And to do that, we will help you. We'll help you get an insight into which markets are the exact market you should start out at, and also connect you with individuals who've been there before. So it's decreasing the amount of time in terms of the hurdles, because in every in every market there's nuances in how you negotiate, how you deal with different cultures, political
each business
risks.
Doesn't have to reinvent the wheel.
Not at all. So you can research things on Google, learn how to do business, and that might take you a long time.
Right.
You can go to college to do that, but some kids are utilizing us instead of going for that traditional angle in education. They come to us where we are more practical and tactical and how you're going to do that. We're going to speed your timeline up. Whereas you're not going to have to spend a lot of time on your own learning how to avoid the hurdles. We in turn, we have a whole network, a whole membership roster of individuals who've gone through the process and that are here and really willing and would love to teach you how to get into those markets.
So the World Trade Center Denver has kind of can we call it an array of trade services, or what do you have to offer?
Absolutely, a whole array. So we offer everything, and in the future, we will have a convention center as well. So we don't have that element right now.
It's on the way.
It is on the way. And so right now, our main services are education. And in form of education, we have a fall and spring semester. And our spring semester, our professional development courses have just begun towards the end of January. And next week, we'll have a course on Incoterms 2010. But around every Thursday, we have a course, and it's held in our location. And they really are practical, tactical courses that students, individuals who are employees of large companies, small companies, really all over the board, people are taking these courses as a refresher or a beginning to understanding how the nuances around international trade work, from export guidance, export documentation, import logistics, embargoes, sanctions, trade finance, letters of credit, import compliance concepts, export compliance and obligations, and risk mitigation. So they are really practical, tactical courses that really teach you the nitty-gritty on how to fill out documents, how to avoid penalties, how to really watch your step in terms of what you're exporting. It could be that we would require some special documentation with the government, or not. But you have to be wary about all the nuances of international trade, because it's not the same as domestic. And so we are here to guide you through all of those steps, and these courses are a great great insight into how you can do so.
What are some other, maybe, I don't know if you have a series of classes or courses or events coming up? I know you had a few things you wanted to share.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mentioned the World Trade Center network. It's our most valuable asset. And so we convene, we gather our network as many times as we can, but we are limited with the number of days in the year. And so on average, it's about 100 events per year that we host, what we sponsor. That includes our courses, which in terms of just the courses in the spring and fall semester, there are around 35 to 40 courses per year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so beyond that, though, the networking aspect, we have World Trade Day, which is coming in May, May 15th, and it'll actually be the 45th annual World Trade Day. Well, that's not something we created. It is an actual day. And that's the day we will have our event, World Trade Day. And so it will be at the Colorado Convention Center. And it is considered the largest international business networking event in Colorado. So we have individuals, of course, from Colorado, from out of state, and even from other countries come into this event.
Right. Who comes? Are these business owners? Are these people setting up the import-export transactions around the world?
Absolutely. From a range of businesses, industries, students, individuals who are interested in getting more knowledge, getting more insights, networking with people who are doing international business, as well as small to large companies. And we do put on a pedestal our members, so they're able to demonstrate what they do here in Colorado and elsewhere with booths and exhibits. And this year we will be having what is more or less I'll say a TEDx styled presentation series. So we'll have individuals who are submitting proposals, which we're open to accepting proposals in regard to international business aspects, where the format will be TEDx, although we're not calling it TEDx.
Right.
These are more TEDx styled.
Sure you can't.
No, can't do that. So yeah, really keeping the PowerPoint out of it and more a shorter presentation and something that keeps the energy flowing. Yeah,
it's always great because they're concise and keep you really engaged through the whole
Yes, exactly.
The whole talk.
We will have
some be really fun.
It'll be great, and we have some keynote speakers, and of course the series of TEDx style talks, which I have really no clue right now on what the topics will be, as they're just beginning to come in. So I know by the first few that I've seen, it's going to be really interesting. So
I was going to say, I bet those speakers are already practicing, because you want to be
right
on the ball and concise.
Yeah, you want to be smooth. No, but the crowd there, yeah, don't be afraid of the crowd. We're all welcoming, and it's going to be a great place to network. Besides that, have a nice time in the afternoon after all the speaking's done to get to know one another and to learn what each other does.
And I'm looking at our list of the points we wanted to talk about, and Forex partners.
Right. Well, among our other services that I can touch upon, we have many different strategic partnerships that we offer our community. From our service providers that are a member of our member pool. These are logistics providers, customs brokers, freight forwarders that are there to be a reference. If you are a part of the World Trade Center, you can, of course, we can introduce you to them. If not, we can still introduce you to them. These are our partners that help our members. They help them export. They help them with their logistics. They help them with attorneys. They help them with intellectual property. We have service providers as well in the Forex area where it's foreign exchange. So if you're having to repatriate dollars, if you're doing an international contract or you have payments in other currencies, our Forex partners are actually some of the lower cost Forex providers that we've come across. So we are open to helping you out in many different ways, including connecting you with our other members who have a wide array of services from Forex to compliance. One of our newest members is a special they are a special company that really concentrates on Foreign Corrupt Practices Act compliance. So if you're looking into FCPA, anti-corruption, anti-bribery, and how you can be really more compliant in that regard with knowing your third parties and being responsible for their actions, we can connect you with them as well. So it's always a great idea to give the World Trade Center a call. If you're looking for a partner in the international arena, we most likely, 99% will have a contact for you.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a wonderful just resource for so many businesses out there. So we've been talking about what the World Trade Center does, and part of I think the exciting news is the new World Trade Center campus coming up. Haven't broke ground yet. Do we know when that will be?
We are expecting to see that ground being broke next month in March.
So it is that soon.
It's
Yay.
soon. It's very soon, and the project itself is due to last around 2 years. So we're talking 2020 here, probably more March to May, maybe early summer 2020. We're going to have a brand new World Trade Center campus in RiNO. And what's really exciting about this, I think, is what that's going to mean to that area. I mean, granted, it's great for the World Trade Center. Absolutely.
And you'll tell us more about that, like
Sure.
what those accommodations and the building, and there'll be a hotel and these conference rooms and everything, right? But in that neighborhood, they can expect a lot of great change.
There is around $75 billion in development.
Wow.
Going on right now in RiNO, which is a huge number to fathom what that's going to equal when the construction and the dust is settled. The World Trade Center Denver campus will be located at 38th and Blake, on the corner of 30th and Blake, and will be on the A line. So your first stop from Union Station on the way to the airport, you're going to be at the World Trade Center Denver. And we're going to have a 250,000 square foot office building with 14 floors, also a hotel with 250 rooms and a convention center. And so we are really trying to attract global businesses into this ecosystem. It's going to be a location where individuals flying in can connect, can get right off the A line and be connected into the...
Exactly. Coming straight from the international airport.
Right.
Get on the, well, that's the heavy rail at that point, but the A line.
Yeah.
Right to the World Trade Center Denver. Then settle in, explore the area there, get back on the train, go to Union Station, and downtown Denver is open oyster for you.
Absolutely. Connect with the global community. I mean, you'll be able to plug in right away, step off the train. Even if you're from Denver, come to the World Trade Center, connect, and find out what we got going on in terms of the global activity. We're expecting around 80% of the tenants in the office building to be global companies, and around 20% startups, around companies that are intending to go global. We want to create a network effect of international activity, international knowledge. We want to really take Colorado, take Denver, and make this a world-class hub of business.
Exactly.
We want people to know Colorado for its services, its products, its people. You know, we have great people. And behind those products and services, it's every one of us. So we're going to highlight that with an amazing location, an amazing building that's going to really be a central focus.
So you mentioned, being just this world-class center hub for business, for international business. And I mean, the plans are absolutely spot on. Like we said, from the geography, from DIA to downtown to the RiNO.
Yeah.
And everything that's going to be accessible there at the World Trade Center Denver. There'll be it's a really big hotel that's going to be.
Right, yeah,
Is it
250
big?
rooms.
Yeah.
250 rooms. To me, that's big.
Yes, that's pretty big.
It's quite big, and I'm sure it will be very luxurious as well. I do not know who the name of that hotel will be
Is
yet.
that right?
It has not been revealed, but it's exciting nonetheless. And this will be also in terms of the.
I mean, but talk about convenient for anybody traveling to do business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's all spot on.
Yeah, and the structure itself, the entire campus will be one of the most green buildings in Denver.
Yes.
So beyond the fantastic location and the visual, the stunning visual of how the buildings look, and check it out, please
and
go
the
on the internet and
view
take a look.
From there is going to be phenomenal.
Right,
too.
and it's going to say World Trade Center on the top. So
We're just going to go there to hang out.
absolutely, it will be a beacon. That's
Yeah.
what I'm hoping for, is really to shine a light on the World Trade Center in Denver and where we're going as a community, because Denver is going somewhere. It's a vibrant place, and the globe, it has so much to offer in terms of where we can send our people, our products, our
Right.
services, and we want more of the globe to be accepting of that. So it's our job to help people get there.
Right. Do you have any input on how the World Trade Center Denver location in RiNO, how that's going to impact that community? Like you said, there's a lot of probably new construction going on there. It's revitalizing the area.
No, absolutely. Beyond just the World Trade Center Denver, there's, like I mentioned, $75 billion in investment going on there. How that changes the face of the community right now, it's hard for me to
Exactly.
put a finger on that, but it's going to be an amazing development
Yep.
in our city's history. So all I can say is that it's exciting, and it really is grasping the future now. RiNO is going to be a very vibrant location. It's very exciting.
Exactly. Yes, so Alex, we talk about, with the fantastic building and center that's going to be there for World Trade Center Denver, but all of your business is still carrying on while we're waiting for all of this to happen. What are you doing to really help businesses?
Besides our education, our practical, tactical training that we provide, that's been our core since we were created 30 years ago. As you know, I don't know if you knew this, but we are 30 years old as of September 2017.
Right.
So going into the 31st year here, we have a dedicated staff which comprise of our global business service team. And we specialize in, first of all, gap analysis. So
Okay.
they will go into a company and analyze the entirety of their global business processes, and really cover each one in terms of where are you now and where can you be? Where are the gaps? How can we help you as the World Trade Center fill those gaps, first of all? And how can we include as well other potential service providers into the mix that can help you get to that next level in perfecting your international operations? And that can also, of course, increase profit, increase your brand recognition. Everything internationally, in terms of brand, in terms of your supply chain, it does take certain nuances. So if you're not looking to perfect those, you may be missing out on opportunities that can be easily resolved.
Right.
So as a nonprofit trade association, the gap analysis is a low-cost way to ensure that your company is taking the most advantage of your opportunities at hand and increasing the scope of the markets that you're able to operate in, including expansion, getting into new ones. But that also comes back to logistics, into marketing, into branding. How are you branding yourself? As well into HR and into compliance. Many companies realize that there are needed compliance requirements that you have to follow. It's just how do you follow those in an efficient way,
Right.
without increasing costs, if possible. So our goal with the gap analysis is to really put you at that next level and get you going at a faster rate than it would have taken your company to realize all the gaps after a year or two, and then you combine. It's a fresh look from a third-party perspective. It's a diagnostics, a very friendly diagnostics. It's not an audit. We're not here to get you at all.
Right.
It is a gap analysis hosted by us, our the employees at the World Trade Center Denver, at your location.
To really help you analyze how your own business is running, operating, and where your maybe strengths and weaknesses are.
Exactly. In some and by the way, we've done gaps for large companies, multinationals, publicly traded companies to very small ones.
Wow.
Who are trading. And beyond that, our other trade services are distributor search. We can help you locate new distributors.
Oh, great.
Absolutely. If you're procuring goods from abroad, importing goods, we can help you locate new providers of that product.
Well, and I can imagine that's really important as somebody's expanding into importing or exporting. To have somebody guide you to like these new distributors or anybody that's working in that area that are kind of already vetted.
Absolutely. And our network is large, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
Going back to 330 World Trade Centers around the world, we utilize those as a starting point.
Yeah.
And we also have many contacts throughout the globe that just have really worked with us at the World Trade Center Denver that we utilize to, boots on the ground, people who have knowledge of the industry and the sales channel. Beyond that, though, it's how do I, for example, get into the United Arab Emirates? I would like to have some knowledge about the sales channel for my certain industry, and it is different for different industries.
Right.
We can do that initial research for you. As a member of the World Trade Center, our member rate in terms of hourly research we can do for you is quite low. And so I recommend that if you have let's say a market entry question or a market entry problem, if you have a medical device and you would like to get into a certain area where it's actually quite difficult due to regulations, we're able to do the research for you and provide you a guideline on how you can go ahead and begin to do an export with confidence.
I can imagine what a relief the World Trade Center Denver services must be to companies where you don't necessarily have to have your own team doing all this research. You can be a member of the World Trade Center Denver and know you're getting not just expert advice, but people who've actually been on the ground, like you said.
Absolutely. So we learn through experience, and that is going to certainly help you. It's the network effect. We want you to get into our network with the World Trade Center and learn. Throughout the events, throughout the education, throughout World Trade Day, I should mention tomorrow is going to be the International Business and You Conference. It's a student conference, but it is very open. So our doors are open. It's a free event at the Tivoli Center starting at 9:30 on Thursday morning, going to 4:30 in the afternoon. So we'll have different presentations and really getting students more involved with the international business aspect.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
So yes, you have that event coming up tomorrow, International Business and You at the Tivoli.
Tivoli location downtown, Tivoli Center.
And then, of course, we can all get ready for World Trade Day on May 15th. Probably not as far away as it feels.
No, it's coming close. It's coming fast.
Yeah, but there's so many great opportunities to get involved and be a part of it and learn what will help your business move forward.
Right.
So I know we've talked when we talked with Karen Gerwitz from the World Trade Center Denver and several other people. Some companies, because we have a lot of startups, a lot of entrepreneurs here in Denver and Colorado, we're just, ripe for entrepreneurs, right?
Right.
And you may get started and see, I could start expanding internationally, but that seems too big. Maybe I'm not ready. World Trade Center Denver can help you feel that out.
We want to provide you confidence.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That you can do it. Exporting is not difficult. It's just knowing how to do it correctly. And that's the one thing. You want to follow the guidelines. You want to follow what's been prescribed in terms of how success is found abroad. Right. So we can provide you examples and actually connect you with individuals who are doing business successfully abroad. And besides that, we can help you get there. So it's our goal to help you be successful and grow your business internationally.
And definitely, and help with some of those nuances, whether it's language or custom or customs.
Yes, yes.
Right, because you need to know how to approach people in different countries when it comes to business or that. And
every location, every country has its nuance. It's language, it's differences, and we can help you get around those.
Wonderful. You have so much happening with World Trade Center Denver. We're so excited to be talking today with Alex Beim, Director of Business Development for the World Trade Center Denver. We really appreciate you joining us and giving us the update on everything that's happening from so many of the great spring training events. How can people find out more?
Please go to WTCdenver.org, and you can always give us a call. We have a help desk, which is 1-833 WTCD. It's a brand new number, but we have a help desk. Call in anytime if you want help. We're more into the international business. We can help you out.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Alex Beim, for joining us today. And stick with us. We'll be right back after the break with an interview with Chad Coleman.